Hey there everyone, Captain Beards here, bringing you another Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Black Ops Cold War Zombies of War COD of Duty. Yeah. So, we got the LMGs today. I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on getting the Plague Diamond for these guns. They weren't that hard, so this is going to be a very quick video. I'm going to try to shorten my videos and stuff like that. But yeah, so hopefully this helps you out. I know double XP weekend and stuff like that has gotten everybody so that way your guns are maxed out, which is awesome. And that's probably the hardest part when it comes to getting these camos done. The camo challenges are not hard, guys. They really aren't. I think the hardest part is literally just leveling up your gun to 50, which is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, so if you grinded them out, good for you. If not, then that kind of sucks. But anyways, guys, here's the tips and tricks. Let's get it. Alright, so we're on the perks screen here. Now, I am going to make a separate video on the perks, just talking about them, talking about what I recommend for every weapon, and which I think are the best ones to prioritize and all that other good stuff. But first things first, we're on to the LMGs right now, so we're talking about what perks do I recommend for those things. Now, I cannot stress enough that when you start off, you're going to pretty much open the doors and get to the point where you can get stamina up. And honestly, I think stamina up is one of the best, if not the best perk when it comes to the LMGs. Now, notice how I'm saying that when it comes to the LMGs. The LMGs are very, very heavy guns and you move really slow. And once you start getting to the higher rounds, or even the mid rounds, the zombies are moving pretty fast. So trying to train with an LMG and then turn and shoot on the zombies can be quite hard, and you can get yourself killed quite a lot. So I highly recommend. We're going to do a top 3 again because, you know, I always do this. Number 1 perk to prioritize for me is stamina up. I think that's huge, especially when it comes to the LMGs. I get Juggernaut for free. Every single time you do the Easter egg, you get it for free. So no big deal. If you don't know how to do the Easter egg, you can look it up. And if you want me to do a video on it, I can do a video on that. So by round 6, 7 LMGs, I'm getting stamina up. Probably by 8, 9, I'm opening up the pack punch area and I'm starting the Easter egg, getting Juggernaut for free. No, so that is not my number 2 because I'm getting that for free. So that's off to the side somewhere. Number 2 is going to be Speed Cola. Like I said, you're with LMG, so you're using LMG, so anything with speed is the best. And this one increases your reload speed by 15%. You swap weapons faster. You recharge your field upgrade. And then if you max it out, you increase your reload speed by 30%. So anything with speed is going to help you when it comes to the LMGs, and I cannot stress that enough. That's my number 2. Number 3 is Deadshot Daiquiri. Now, I think Deadshot Daiquiri is probably the most important of all the perks for every gun, with the exception of launchers. Just because it just increases your headshot damage, which is huge. Once you upgrade it once, you get that headshot damage increase by 100%, which is absolutely mental. So yeah, combo that with the Ring of Fire and you have death in your hands, obliterating everything in your path. But it does take a little bit to get Deadshot Daiquiri. You know, you do have to open up to that Pack-a-Punch area, and then you can get to Deadshot Daiquiri. So it does take a little bit. And with the LMGs, yeah, since they are much slower guns, if you are a very high skilled player, then I guess you can just, you know, not skip the stamina up, skip the speed cola, and get to Deadshot Daiquiri. But I recommend over anything, get the stamina up as soon as possible because it's just going to make your life a whole lot easier. So stamina up, speed cola, and Deadshot Daiquiri are both my number 2 and 3, depending. You could, you know, prioritize them any way you want. Don't buy elemental pop because it ruins your guns. Quick revive is good once you have the extra money, so that way you can start healing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the perks. Next on the list is going to be field upgrades. I don't know why it says new here. I mean, I've been playing since day 1, so Activision, I kind of, you know, put my life into this game right now. But anyways, so field upgrades. You got Frost Blast, Energy Mine, Healing Aura, Aether Shroud, Ring of Fire. We're going to go over these real quick. Frost Blast, hell no. Energy Mine, definitely not. Healing Aura, only if you have a team. Aether Shroud, the thing about the Aether Shroud is I think it's a really good field upgrade, but I personally think it's only really good if you're like if you're just trying to have fun, you're trying to teleport around, or you kind of feel like you get trapped a lot, then I guess Aether Shroud is not too bad. Very good for solo play, because of that whole teleporting thing, because of the whole your gun instantly reloads. Super good for the solo play, and super good for escaping. Team oriented, you cannot go wrong with healing aura. I mean, you max this thing out, you can literally be across the map, and if your teammate goes down, you can literally use it and you'll revive them from across the map, which is mental. On top of that, it kind of has a little bit of the Aether Shroud going for it, because with healing aura, when you activate it, if you upgrade it to tier 2, when you activate it, you knock back any enemies and you stun the bosses. So it's kind of like you're teleporting, because you're not really like, it's not like you're disappearing, but you get that window of stunning and stuff like that. So that window to escape and kind of reset yourself, which is huge. And then, of course, the regenerating healing effect, which is pretty nice too. But my go-to is always Ring of Fire. I think Ring of Fire is probably the most broken thing for zombies right now. It's the last 15 seconds. In the mid to higher rounds, it instantly incinerates zombies that step into your circle. On top of that, when you step into your circle, anything that comes out of your gun is like little reapers of death, just ready to kill anything in its path. It's insane how much damage your gun does with Ring of Fire. On top of that, once you upgrade it to that tier 3 while in the ring, your ammo is taken from the stock. So if you're using a gun such as the LMG, because that's what we're talking about, and you have 600 bullets in your stock, yeah, for 15 seconds, for 15 whole seconds, you're shooting 600 bullets. Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on. You combo Ring of Fire with an LMG, with Speed Cola, so upgrade your Ring of Fire to max, upgrade your Speed Cola to max. You combo those two, Ring of Fire and Speed Cola, both maxed out. You got yourself like destruction, and I mean it, because what ends up happening is you use your Ring of Fire, you melt a bunch of enemies with your LMG. Literally, once it's done, you run around, you kill a few more zombies, and by the time you know it, that same round, you have Ring of Fire again, and you rinse and repeat. And it is just stupid. I mean, stupid how broken this is. So, yes, for sure, 100%. I cannot recommend enough Ring of Fire. If you haven't been using this thing, use it. I always say that. Always say that. And that's pretty much it. I never go over weapon mods. Weapon classes, obviously. The gun you're working on, try maxing it out. LMGs, no different from anything else. And then let's go ahead and talk about the weapons itself, the attachments I recommend. So, the weapons themselves. So, you got the M60, you got the RPD, and the Stoner 63. Stoner 63 RPD, very easy to use. They're extremely accurate guns, so headshots are a dream with these things. While the M60 does more damage than both of these, but it is a recoil beast. Like, this thing jumps up like a mule. So yeah, I cannot stress enough how important attachments are for a gun like this. So that being said, I'm gonna put my attachments on this gun to show you pretty much what I go with and stuff like that. Now you guys know me, I always try to go with the weirdest looking stuff on my guns, just because I'm a psychopath. But it's zombies, and zombies is all about fun in the first place. All right, so sights. I always recommend you put a sight on your gun. Always, 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 always. It's going to help you get headshots. It's going to help you prioritize headshots. And it's going to help you get more headshots. So that's the name of the game, headshots. What sight you go with is completely preference. It's completely up to you. It does not matter what Billy Joe 69 said in the corner, saying, "Hey guys, the 2x scope and for the vision that takes 2x scope is the best headshot." No, it doesn't matter, right? It's completely up to you. You might find yourself getting way more headshots with the Hawksmoor, right? And Billy Joe might find himself getting way more headshots with the Tech 2x. There is no best one. For this one, there is no best one. That being said, we're going to go with the Hangman. What are you kidding? I ain't going with the Hangman. I'm not a psychopath. Muzzle. For the muzzle, I really like the Agency Suppressor. I feel like for some reason, the Agency Suppressor on this LMG in particular, I don't know if they nerfed it or buffed it, I feel like I'm getting way more recoil control with it. I don't know. It's kind of weird because you get more recoil control with the SOCOM Eliminator and the Infantry Compensator, which these two are super strong to go with. But for some reason, even though I'm getting a lot of nerfs down there, for some reason when I was using the Agency Suppressor, when I was grinding this gun up, my recoil control was actually super good. So that's the one I went with. For barrel, I always say go with the task force. You can never go wrong with that thing with the whole damage increase and all that other stuff. Oh, hey, they finally fixed it instead of saying double effective damage range. Match grade is not too bad. Sword cut down. If you find yourself trying to skip over stamina up and go saving up for the Deadshot Daiquiri or any of that good stuff, sword cut down you cannot go wrong with. You're going to get that increase in shooting movement speed, which is going to help you obliterate your trains. So what that's going to do, guys, is when you move around and you're making your trains, if you have any side stragglers, you can move around and shoot at them. You're still keeping your movement speed, which is awesome. And then as soon as you come out from your train, you can pretty much turn back pedal, which stamina up is going to help with that, back pedal and shoot at the same time, and you're going to have that 50% shooting movement speed, which is super duper nice. Do not worry about the whole losing the effective damage range just because it's not too important. They're zombies, they're not players, not that important. Division is not too bad either. You're going to get the kind of the best of both worlds, but that horizontal recoil control can be a little bit of a nightmare, especially on this gun. So I always go with the task force, and if I'm not going task force, then the sword cut down is the one I rolled with until, you know, I like task force. For the body, I always recommend a mounted flashlight just because you're going to get a bonus of increased salvage drop, and you're not going to get any negatives, which is huge. You could go with something like this, which you're going to get that hip fire accuracy. So if you're just trying to obliterate, you're trying to hip fire, you're not trying to ADS, because ADSing on the LMGs is super slow. This one is super strong for that. All you have to do is tilt your screen and you'll obliterate heads, so it's not that big of a deal. Tiger Team, not too bad, but honestly, yeah, just go. Ember sighting is pretty good itself too, but like I said, I hate anything when it comes to slow movement speed and slow stuff, so I went with the mounted flashlight. Underbarrel, for underbarrel, I went with Field Agent Grip. I lose shooting move speed, but those recoil controls are super nice. My recommendation, either go with foregrip. Infiltrator grip is not too bad because the whole movement speed increase and stuff. Patrol grip is nice, but I feel like honestly with that you just go infantry grip. You're just getting better benefits. Bruiser grip is super good once you unlock that one. And then like I said, field agent grip, and then you got SFOD speed grip, which I did not go with because I think it's kind of stupid if you look at it and just match it. It's just stupid. So field agent grip is the one I went with, but if you want to go with more speed, then bruiser grip is not too bad. Magazine size, like I said, I always say this all the time. Biggest is the best. Biggest is the best. Once you unlock the snag 125 rounds, go with that one until you unlock this the bottom one, which yes, you're going to lose ADS speed, but that's okay because once you get that quick reload and the speed cola and stuff like that, you're reloading everything much quicker. You're doing things much quicker and everything's just better. So I always say biggest is the best. For the handle, now this is where you're going to make it so that way the magazine really doesn't matter because you're going to put that ADS speed back to what it is. Now I always go with ADS. I don't go with anything else but ADS. So I start with aim down sight. I start with the speed tape, skip the drop shot, skip the field tape. Then I go to the jungle grip. Then I go to the serpent wrap. And then I finally get to the airborne elastic wrap. So that's how I go. So I skip a couple and then try to get to that final one, prioritizing ADS. Next is going to be the stock. Now for the stock, I always go with speed, which is sprint to fire time. That's the one I go with on this. So I pretty much go with the marathon stock until eventually I unlock the no stock, until eventually I unlock the Raider stock. Now, if you do everything right, well then again, if you grinded these out during double XP, that means you probably have all the attachments. So then you can go with the Raider stock. But if you don't have the Raider stock just yet, then go with the no stock. You cannot go wrong with this. Trust me on that. But once you have it, go with the Raider stock. And that's pretty much it. Now, those are the attachments I pretty much set on every single gun with the exception of the muzzle. On my other LMGs, when it comes to muzzle, instead of running agency suppressor, I run things probably like SOCOM Eliminator or Infantry Compensator, something along those lines to help with more recoil control, just to really laser beam. But other than that, that's pretty much my setup here. Let's go ahead and talk about the camos real quick, and then alright, so I already did a guide on the grunge, the liquid, and the brush stroke. That was actually my recent video, which was 5 days ago. Beards, get your crap together. You need a better schedule. And then I did a one on vintage, which is the elite elimination. So you can go check out those videos. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about them because then it's just wasting time. Fauna, topography, and infection. I'm going to be doing a video on these two. Get 10 kills rapidly 10 times with the M60. I say this all the time, and I'll say it again. I say it in all my guides. All you have to do for this challenge is buy waves 2 or 3. Let the zombies pile up. Just let them pile up. Yeah, start a train in the early rounds, and then as soon as they start building up, you just obliterate them. Like, go straight to the domes and just obliterate them. It's super easy to do with the LMGs just because they have so many freaking bullets. It's insane. So, that being said, you can get this done by the time you get to waves 10, this challenge should already be done. I'm not even kidding about that. Just because you're just obliterating so many zombies. Topography. The same time you can do this one, you can actually do this one. Because what did I say when I said start the train of waves by wave 3, and then you start shooting at the zombies, and then I said go after headshots. And by going after the headshots, you are already getting this one done, which is get 3 or more critical hit kills rapidly. Yeah, headshots, early rounds, easy, right? These two challenges are like the stupidest challenges they could put in for zombies, because they're so easy that by like I'm not kidding you, by waves 10, sometimes earlier, you will have both of these done already, and you'll be like, what? Oh, why? And then infection. Get 20 or more consecutive kills with the M60. And my recommendation for this, guys, is just watch your UAV. Start your trains. So what you do is you can actually start that by wave 1 because it kind of continues on. Start your trains. And when you start your trains, always be on the lookout of your UAV, because your UAV is going to tell you if you have any stragglers or any zombies that are running out there around. Because once you start your train, what you want to do is run out. When you run out, and you're about to turn and shoot, before you turn and shoot, you're running out, and you got to look at the pings. If you see a red dot off in the distance, then you know that's the zombie that's going to ruin this challenge for you. So you got to kill that zombie and then kill your train. Your UAV is your best friend, and I cannot stress that enough. That is my tip for the infection. And that is pretty much it. When it comes to the LMGs, guys, they are extremely good guns. When it comes to zombies, they are very fun. You're just going to do a lot of melting, a lot of shooting, a lot of killing, but you are super slow. So I cannot recommend enough. Stamina up, stamina up, stamina up, and then you will be good to go. But other than that, this is a very easy gun to use. It's very easy to get the challenges done, and it's not that big of a deal. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, guys, always stay positive. Peace out.